Welcome back to the Nature Boys Stay Wild channel. Today I'm out here in the back of the garage and I'm building a cage for my Argus monitor that I got from Joe at Slithermania at Repticon. Make sure you go check him out. He has a whole bunch of amazing animals for sale and he's just an amazing person. So make sure you go check out Slithermania. They're awesome. But I'm going to be building a cage for my Argus monitor today. It's going to be 6 foot long and 4 foot wide. And it's going to be about 6 foot tall. So I gotta measure this stuff. These pressure treated 2x4s. This is going to be for the bottom, the base of the enclosure. So the base can be pressure treated so that way water doesn't splash. Like whenever water splashes, because it's gonna splash. It's a monitor. It doesn't ruin the wood and rot out the bottom. So then the top part of it is going to be white wood, white pine. Alright, I'm going to get measured and then cut this wood. So now that I have the 2x4 up here, I'm going to cut the longer piece first. I'm using this little stand to help support the back side so that way I'm not like putting my hand close to the blade whenever I'm trying to hold this down. So I just have this so that way it keeps it a little more sturdy, and I measure it before I get it, and that's perfect. So now Alright, now this is our 6 foot board that we are using for one side on the bottom. Now I've got to do this one. This is going to be the 2 foot board. The sketchy part about this one is that it doesn't touch this back piece, so it'll do that. So I got to hold it steady. Now we can use this piece for bird toys. Nope, actually it's pressure treated, we can't use that. That goes on the scrap. Now we go get the other piece and do the same thing. Okay. This is going to be for the 4 foot section of the cage. Alright, so now that I have the bottom frame laid out, this is going to be the deck of the bracing for underneath of the deck, so I can step up onto it, and it's going to be on wheels, so that way it's able to be transported. And now I'm going to be drilling some pilot holes. Off from each other so that way it doesn't split the wood whenever you put the screw through. Now we repeat that process to these boards. Actually, we only do this one because these are going to screw into those, so we don't need to drill holes into the other.
If we lift it, if we flip it, and then you could step on it and put your screw in.
So,
what, this thing lays down? You put one here?
No, this is going to be a door. Alright, so now that we have the frame all put together, now that after I cut this plywood, now we got to put some more supports in here because we put this on here and we stepped on it and This piece right here, this part of it, and this part was like really like bowing in, so we got to put some more support beams so it doesn't do that whenever we go to step in the cage and fall through the bottom, because that would not be good at all. So we're just going to space these evenly and drill some holes. And with the bottom, it doesn't have to be exact, but because it doesn't really matter how it looks as long as it's secure and sturdy. So now that we got 6 pieces, we have, the inauguration was today, so a bunch of people are lighting off fireworks. Now that we have 6 pieces of 2x2s of white pine, now that we can start building the frame for the base of the cage for the Argus monitor. So now that we have all the pieces cut for the framing, we are going to be burning the wood. As you can see right here, I did burn a little bit off camera, but I am going to be doing the rest and then flipping them all over and repeating the process. So the reason I'm burning this is so that way the charred parts encase the wood so it doesn't rot as fast. Also, it makes it look a lot better. The other thing I like about burning the wood is the wood grain shows after you burn it. I know it doesn't seem like it, but this black part is really cold because of all the gases, and it's like hurting my hand. But I gotta get this done. Okay, that's better. So this is the back wall of the enclosure that's going out on the patio, and I'm building it in separate sections instead of on the base because I gotta fit this enclosure out of the doorway, so I gotta make it fit. And we're gonna assemble this, the frame to the base once we get out on the patio, which will probably be either tomorrow or the next day. frame all put together. It's not screwed in yet. We just have it clamped up with some DeWalt clamps, and I did that off camera just to make sure that everything would be aligned up and everything fits perfectly. So now we are going to be now we're going to be drilling pilot holes and screwing in some screws. Another thing that I did last night was off camera. I put some 2x4s along the entire bottom, and this will be a spot where where the mulch and the substrate will lay. Then I'll have like a nice piece of driftwood in here, a few pieces, and some shelves, and a water bowl is going to be in that corner, and it's going to look really nice. This is going to be the door. I gotta measure where I want this and see how wide I want it. Probably going to put it over this hole so that way it covers up a little bit. Then we're going to put some black PVC mesh over this and put a plywood roof on it, and then we're finished with the cage and we can start decorating. So now that I've got all the bottom pieces screwed in, I'm going to start doing these sides, and I'm going to start working on the door. Almost missed that one. So we are just wrapping up the screen right now, and sorry, Clyde is wanting a walnut right now, which I should probably go get him. He will stop screaming. But right now I'm just making sure all of the screen is tight. Like right here is a spot where he could potentially get out or something could get in. Alright, so now we're going to put on the hinges and put on the shelves right here. So that way we can have some shelving in here for him. How's this gonna fit? It's gonna fit like that, right? So oops. This one's gonna be on the top, and then this other one back here, this other piece is going to be right here, just like that. And we're probably gonna have to put something straight down so that way he doesn't tip down on us. So now that we have all the screen ready and put on, now I'm working on these shelves, and right now I'm screwing this one in, and then we are going to put in some logs so they can get up to these, and then put in some substrate, fill in the water, put them in here. It's kind of difficult with one hand to screw in these. Oh, that's a really cool piece. Look at that. We're probably gonna have to screw that in, like there. Now that we finished not today's cage, it took a few days, but it's definitely worth it. Now that we're done with the cage, we put Chef in here, and compared to that cage that he was in, the one that I first built for Joanna, he is like, he looks tiny in this cage. It's 8 foot tall, 6 foot long this way. This is 4 foot. This is 2 foot. This is 6 foot. And from the ground to up there, from the ground to there is 8 feet, the top. And then this one is the 3 foot panel. We have another foot panel. We got this. But he seems to really enjoy this, and I'm gonna put some more plants in here once I am tomorrow's Sunday, so I'm gonna finish this cage completely tomorrow and make sure everything's good with it. So now that with the cage is done, I'm gonna let him explore in here, and like he's already coming out to me. But I'm gonna let him explore out in this cage and see where he's gonna go. And I'm gonna put a hide box in here and some more branches and some plants. And let him be. I think he really likes it in here. That tongue is just going so fast. Alright, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm just reminding you to get out and stay out.